Let's talk about spiral metric. And you are given an integer and you are generate a metric, n by n metric, and you're starting from 1 to the n square. So by using a spiral order, and spiral is that you spin, and then when you spin to the next cells and you increment, right? So I've seen many solutions, but my way should be the easiest way, which is most people have. So what should we do? We have the starting column and a starting row, n column and n row, right? Like, imagine you are here, starting row, n row, starting column, n column. So when you start, you start from 0, no matter what. When you end from n minus 1 because the indices problem, right? Inside the metric. Sorry, wait, what should I do? Typo. And n minus 1. And n minus 1 in this case. And we also need a value. Initially it was 1. We also need a metric. It's just metric. New int n by n, right? Alright, let's get it. So what should we do? We should loop from 1 to the n square, right? So we're starting from here, the first row. So when we're starting from the first row, the first row doesn't change, but the column change, right? So you are looping the column technically. So starting column less than equal. Don't forget it's equal. N column I plus plus. And then metric is a starting column, a starting row, and then the starting column equal to val plus plus. So when we add here, we add 1. When we add, you can increment right here, but it doesn't matter. When you pass 1, you pass 1 to the cells first, then increment. Okay. So this row we are not using, so we can just keep it. We can increment. Now we are spiral this column, right? So row changing, but column doesn't change, right? So row change, but column doesn't change. You starting from the row change. So start row I less than equal to n row I plus plus. Metric and I is the row. Column doesn't change, but you are doing at the n column, right? Equal val plus plus. And we are not using this column, right? So we decrement this variable, ending column. Now we are going to loop through these two stuff, right? So the last row, we are looping the last row, but different column, right? So for I, and we have to start from the last column, so n column, and then has to be equal to the start column, and then decrement, right? And then metric, and then we are at the last row, and then different column, and then val plus plus. And we are not using this row, so we decrement this row. And for the final stuff, we increment on the first column, but different row. So I equal to row n row. I equal to the star row, and I plus plus, right? Oh wait, I minus, and because it's ending to the beginning, right? And metric different row, the same column. So starting column is equal to val plus plus. Now what should we do? We don't want the starting column anymore, so we increment. So you will jump to here. So jump to 9, from 8 to 9. Then what should we do? We just return the metric, right? And I hope I don't make mistake. If I do, pardon me. Alright, not even close. Alright, pretty good. So let's talk about time and space. For the space, all of n, right? You are storing each cells into your metric, right? And then what about the time? When you give 3, So you are actually doing the when you're inside the loop is n square, because n times n, so it's n square. So space and time, space is all of n, time is n square. Alright, that's it. Bye.